Hello, my friends. This is Pastor Jean-Michel Etienne, the Health Director of the New Jersey Conference. Welcome to the Health Focus of New Jersey Conference. This is a quarterly program. Today, I'm very delighted and happy to have with me Mrs. Delma Yorimoto. Mrs. Delma has a Master's of Science in Nutrition Education from Montclair State University. She works with people of diverse backgrounds and she has a lot of experience. She enjoys cooking, and today she will speak to us about how to reduce salt consumption and not the flavor in everyday meals. Mrs. Delma, it is a pleasure to have you in the Health Focus. And once again, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Etienne. Thank you for this warm welcome. I am happy to be here.
Mrs. Delma, a lot of people hear from the doctor to reduce the salt intake. So why is consuming salt problematic?
Thank you, Dr. Etienne, for this question. You know, salt is not always problematic. Sodium, the main ingredient of table salt, is actually an essential nutrient that supports processes like the muscle system and the nervous system. It also makes our food tasty, which is important because we tend to eat most of the foods that we like. However, it is the excess sodium that is problematic because it has adverse effects on health, like heart disease, high blood pressure, calcium loss, vision loss, and accelerating the aging process. Americans consume about 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, which is about double the amount recommended for most people.
This is a lot.
Yeah, it is indeed.
So that means people have to really watch the amount of salt they are using every day.
And it can be done, which is the good news.
Okay, so how can reducing salt intake improve somebody's health?
Absolutely. So if you have elevated blood pressure, consuming less salt can not only lower your blood pressure, but it can also improve your response to blood pressure medications. Decreasing the amount of sodium you eat can also help reduce inflammation in your body.
This is very important for people to know. So where does extra sodium come from?
So recent findings from the FDA and a report by Harvard Medical School reveal that excess salt comes from prepared processed foods. 70% of salt intake comes from eating packaged and processed foods, not from the table salt that we add to our foods when cooking or eating.
I see.
So take a look at the sodium content highlighted in this menu from a popular restaurant. Let me point out the turkey. Here we have half a turkey sandwich. It contains 1,860 milligrams of sodium.
Wow.
For most people, for a lot of people, this already exceeds the daily allowance of sodium per day. Also, even sweet or sugary tasting foods can have salt in them. In fact, many processed foods in our stores might surprise you with high levels of sodium. Some examples are canned goods, especially when they have sauces in them. I want to give you an example here of the contents of a day's worth of food from takeout.
Okay.
So for breakfast, we have white bread, toast with butter, chocolate milk. For lunch, we have turkey sandwich with salad. And for dinner, we have rice, and broiled salmon. This seems healthy, right?
Yeah, it sounds like hefty.
Yeah. However, it brings us to a total of 4,120 milligrams of sodium
Wow,
just for the day, which is 3 times the amount recommended for
Yeah, this
most
is too
people.
much.
Yeah, indeed, it is too much. So this is why knowing the amount of sodium is in our meals is so important. And also preparing our own foods can help because we have control of how much sodium we put in them. Also to know that many restaurants will not even post how much salt they put in the food, which is also make us think that we're doing fine when we're not.
So now I can understand a little bit how a lot of people have hypertension. A lot of people are eating 3 times a day in the fast food restaurant or in a regular restaurant. They have no control of that. This is very dangerous.
Yeah, so this is when knowledge is power. Here on the screen, I have the food label for a package of cookies. You have to be attentive to the serving size. You have to attentive to the container, how many servings per container, and then check, of course, the sodium level, the sodium content. In this, always the label will tell you the content per serving.
Okay.
Okay? In this label, it gives you the content per pack, which is not often the case. So if you consume the whole package, you will be consuming 260 milligrams of sodium in 6 small cookies.
How can we change our diet to reduce salt? What can people really do?
Again, let me reiterate the importance of reading the food labels in the food we eat and informing us when we go to a restaurant. Also cooking at home.
Okay.
We have more control of how much food goes in the meals. Also, one thing that is pretty good is we can add herbs, citrus, and fermented foods and spices for flavor. These are not only delicious, but they have a lot of nutrients and often good for digestion.
I see.
So stay tuned, Pastor Etienne, because I will post below this video some recipes, delicious recipes with low sodium. I also want to point out that that our love for sodium is an acquired taste.
I see.
If you try to eat less low sodium for 6 to 8 weeks, your love for salt will decrease. You will learn to like the foods with less salt. Truly enjoy the foods with less salt.
So that means people have to train themselves.
Yeah.
To use less salt.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is going to be easy for them. They have to train themselves.
Exactly. And cooking at home too, it requires planning. So it's easier said than done, but it can be done. There is a lot of hope. And also you're going to feel great. There is the reduced inflammation in your body, the lowering your blood pressure. It can just make you feel healthier.
Okay, so if you want to give the viewers like a few steps, preventive steps, so what you will tell the viewer, someone who's already have hypertension?
Well, something that I always want to emphasize is to work with your physician.
Okay.
It is always important because we are all different. This advice is general, but it's always good to talk to your physician. but cooking at home, like I said, using whole ingredients, checking the labels, like not all foods that are packaged are bad or have high sodium, but a lot of them do. So knowing which ones do and which ones don't is good. Informing yourself, educating yourself. By the way, I would like to give a plug. I do have a more extensive webinar on this topic, which I will post on the link here below.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much, Mrs. Delma, for accepting the invitation to come to the Health Focus of New Jersey Conference. And as I said, this is a quarterly program, so you will be invited again to come to this program. So once again, we thank you for viewing this program. We thank you for being with us in this program, Health Focus of New Jersey Conference. If you have more information, if you need more information, you can always visit our website, njcsda.org. If you have some comments, or if you would like to be a part of Health Focus of New Jersey Conference, you can always contact us, contact the health department. You can find the contact number on the website. You can always contact us. And also, I would like to invite you or inform you that in September, the weekend of September 8th and 9th of September, we will have a big health fair program at the TVRC. At the TVRC is going to be fantastic. So you can check our website for more information on this upcoming event. So once again, thank you for watching the Health Focus of New Jersey Conference.